This is Dr. Rebecca Johansson, running and triathlon coach with the Performance Project. Today's Sports Science mini lecture is part 3 on how to create a useful benchmark workout. In part 3, we'll be teaching you how to link variables of interest to changes in performance. To quickly review, step 1 was to create a feasible workout. So something that an athlete can repeat on a regular basis, weekly or bi-weekly. And for us, we determined that was the finisher workout, which was a 7 times 3 minute ramp up fartlek run using RPE as a guide. Step 2 was to determine the reliability of the benchmark workout. Our main variable of interest was heart rate, so we determined the noise around the measurement for heart rate, and also determine the test, retest, repeatability of the workout. And step 3 is to link your variables of interest to changes in performance on the benchmark workout. So it's really step 3 is split into 3 different subsections. So part A of step 3 is to calculate the mean plus minus the 95% confidence interval around running speed. So what we did in this graph, on the y-axis, you have relative performance at RPE 9. So our athletes repeated the fartlek run once a week for 6 months. So at most, they would have 24 workouts. So what we did for each individual athlete, we took the average speed that they ran at RPE 9 on each workout, and then we calculated the mean and the 95% confidence interval around that mean for running speed at RPE 9. So on this graph, what you have then is in that gray shaded region, for this particular athlete, when they had a relative performance above approximately 94.5%, that was deemed to be a positive performance. And when they had a performance lower than 92%, for that athlete, it was determined to be a negative or a poor performance. So that's a very important step. Part B in step 3 is to then plot the workouts for positive and negative performances. So the data points that you see on this graph is not every single workout that individual did. It's only the workouts where we deemed the workouts to be a positive performance and a negative performance. And then we wanted to see what's happening with heart rate on those days where they're having a good performance and a negative performance, and is there a relationship between the two? So when we drew the line of best fit, what we found was an R-squared value of 0.57 and a p-value of 0.01. So for this individual, there was a significant relationship between relative performance on their fartlek run and relative heart rate. So when they had positive performances, heart rate tended to be lower on those days. And when they had negative performances, heart rate tended to be higher on those days. And that is specific to this individual athlete. So when you're using benchmark workouts for athletes, it's very important that you're calculating the mean and confidence interval only for that specific athlete, and you're determining relationships on an individual basis, because if you group together average speeds or relationships, everything gets quite muddled because of individual variability. Remember, no two athletes are going to respond exactly the same to a specific workout or training program.